Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome to this video. I'm going to be making some desserts and treat for Christmas, and this was done on Christmas Eve, so hope you guys will enjoy it. So the first thing I'm making are some chocolate chips cookies and some oatmeal and raisin. So I did melt the butter. I'm just mixing the butter and the sugar together, and then I'm gonna take out my hand mixer and just mix it to just make sure that it is well mixed properly. I am adding some essence and half of an egg, and just whisk it and make sure that it is well combined. I have my recipe here because I stored them on the phone that I'm using to record on, so I did write them down beforehand, so I will have them there to see what I'm doing. Once they're mixed, you guys see how nice that is looking. I'm just gonna go ahead and add in the dry ingredients, which are the flour, the baking soda, baking powder, and salt. I'm just going to whisk it together until it is well combined. For each recipe, I will either put the link that I got it from in the description box, or the full recipe, so that you guys could get it and try it for yourself. So once the dough is mixed, we're gonna add in my favorite part, which is the chocolate. And I have some chocolate powder just cut up into chunks. I'm gonna mix it up really well, because you don't want to have a lot of chocolates in one area of your cookies. You just want it to be like well spread out. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells time. So I stored the cookie dough in a plastic bag. I'm just gonna let it sit in the refrigerator for about an hour, and in the meantime, just gonna go ahead and repeat the same steps with the oatmeal and raisin. The only thing that's gonna be changing is, instead of chocolate, I'm gonna be adding oats and raisins. Jingle bell time, dancing and dancing in Jingle Bell Square, in the frosty air. So I'm just going to repeat the same thing, put it in a plastic bag and put it in the refrigerator to chill with the chocolate chip cookies. Next up, we're going to be making cinnamon rolls, and we're just going to be putting in the flour at first. As I said, the recipe is either going to be linked, or the full recipe will be in the description box. So just add in the flour, and so while I'm mixing these ingredients up, I actually have the yeast and some sugar. Is on one waterproofing, so then when everything is mixed up, it should be time for me to put the yeast in with this. So I added some salt. I'm just gonna mix it up really well, and then this is where I went wrong. I added an egg in the flour, which I think it was meant to be the wet ingredients, and it did not look good. But I would say I kind of saved it a bit when I added the milk and other wet ingredients. So next, I'm going to be adding in the milk and just mix it up, and this is when I saw that it looks a bit better with the milk now that the wet ingredients has been added in. So this video I forgot to record a couple times, so I'm just showing you guys me needing it, but that's all I got caption. I just forget to click record. The next one is the red velvet cake. This is a fail, and I'm not gonna share this recipe with you guys. I'm actually gonna share the one I made today, which is the day before New Year's. I'll share that one instead because it came out so much better, and it's like a real red velvet cake. so I'm gonna share that one instead of this one. Yes, so this one you just add all the ingredients together, and I think this is why it was a fail, because in most cake recipes you have to add the oil or the butter and the sugar together and mix that, and then add the dry ingredients in that. So I'll share the right one with you guys, and I'll even share with you guys a pic now of me with the one that I just made. So still though, I want you guys to enjoy this one. The thing about this cake that was a mystery to me is that no matter how much red food coloring I put in, it would never turn the redness for the red velvet cake. But with the new recipe, I just had to put in 1 tablespoon and it came out so red. So sometimes things just doesn't work that way, because it's probably like a warning that this is not the way that it should be. So that's just a lesson learned. So I'm just whisking it together just to make sure everything is well mixed and the batter was smooth and nice. So now I'm gonna put it into the cake pan, and it's gonna bake in the oven for around 30 to 35 minutes on 350 degrees Celsius. So the dough has already proofed. I'm mixing in the cinnamon filling, and I had some butter here that I need all to get soft, and some cinnamon and some sugar. I'm just mixing it together until it gets the right texture, and so it's easier to spread out on the dough. I'm going to now roll the dough out. I'm going to first use my hands to stretch it out as much as possible, and I'm going to use a bottle, which you guys didn't see, and really stretch it out as thin as possible. Now I'm going to add the cinnamon mixture on the dough, and then I'm just going to roll it up and cut it with, I'm using a cheddar because you get a smoother cut than if you use a knife. I just wanted to add a little bit more cinnamon just to make sure there was enough there, and I just roll the dough up and just kind of roll it just to secure the ends, make sure that they don't unfold. And now I'm just going to take the string, go underneath the cinnamon log, and just cut them to the length that I want each cinnamon rolls to be. Have I known that the cinnamon roll, because I cut them so big, would triple in size, I would have cut them a lot smaller, but it's what it is. They were still delicious. So these are how they're looking once they're done. And at the end I did add some milk because I saw this TikTok trend where you add either heavy cream or milk. So the dough has been chilling in the freezer for an hour. I'm going to take them out and roll them into balls to put on the tray. And I'm just going to bake them in the oven for about the same, because I have the cake in there, 350 for about 12 to 15 minutes.
Jingle bells rock, jingle bells ring, and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing, a bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells time and jingle bell time. Dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square. In the frosty air.
So these are the first batch before they went into the oven, and I did the second batch in the same container once these were done. So now I'm gonna add the milk to the cinnamon bun. There's a warning here. I did not eat these in 3 days, so after a while it started to smell spoiled because of the milk. So for someone, if you want to have them for longer, do not add the milk because it can only last for about 3 days. These are the dishes. This is what happens when you bake. You just have to like clean all the time. And these are how they're looking once they're done. I'm just gonna add the icing, which is just icing, sugar and water or milk that I added. And the cake was done, but it didn't look that good. Just added icing, and they were delicious for the first 3 days. And yeah, so you're probably wondering how come we didn't finish these in 3 days. Honestly, we was kind of savoring them. So like every day for breakfast for the first 3 days, we will have them, we heat them, add some more of the icing and have them as a treat. But on the fourth day we realized that they were no longer good. So that is why we didn't eat them all at before the 3 days up. So these are the cookies. They were delicious. I just placed them in this container just so that it can be easily accessible. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget, kindness is free. Be kind to everyone you meet, because you never know the impact that they will have on your life. I really hope you guys enjoy it, and I did put icing on the cake, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Hope you guys had a good Christmas. Bye.